All right, everybody, welcome back to another episode of. Well, this is going to be a Three Dudes review right here.
Three
Uh,
dudes are
the,
back.
God damn it, I just sniffed again. This fucking nervous reaction of mine.
Cocaine.
It's bad. All right, today we're going to review the 1980 film Mother's Day. It's a horror film. An interesting fact about this movie. I don't know if you guys are aware of this. It was made by Troma. Did you guys know that?
I had no
Crazy,
idea.
right? I
I had no
know.
idea. Wow.
Yeah. People, the one person listening is probably like, "What's that got to do with anything?" Every time we mention this movie, I always like to bring up the fact that it's made by Troma, like it's some big mystery or surprise. Even though every time we talk about it, I always bring it up. So yeah, just an inside joke.
Even in casual conversation, they'd be like, "So for that video we're about to do about the movie Mother's Day made by Troma," like, yeah, I know.
Yeah, yeah,
Which
yeah.
is
Not the one with Jennifer Aniston in it. All right, this is the Troma one. All right, who'd like to start with the plot of the movie?
hell, since I just watched it, it's like fresher in my head.
Yeah.
Pretty much these three college girls who end up literally being spread across the United States after college. One's in California, one's in Chicago, and the other moves to New York or New Jersey. It's not
I'd say
really.
they were probably in their 30s
Yeah,
at the time.
Probably.
They looked it, but I don't know. They had that 80s look to them, and I don't know why. Every time I see people wearing like 80s clothes and 80s hairstyles, it always makes them look older to me. I don't
yeah.
know why.
Yeah,
So,
that does.
Well, they're
but go ahead.
they every year they get together for like one weekend of the Rat Pack, which is their little group that they made in college and whatnot. Because well, one girl, Jackie, was constantly getting shit on. I don't know if this is the origin of it or not, but this is just one story they give. Getting shit on by a guy named the Dauber, who's like this, I guess, jock or something in college.
Is that the dude where they were at the like baseball field?
That's the one.
And that dude, when he took his shirt off, man,
It was like a werewolf.
it was too. And I don't know if that was like the way guys were back in the day, but it was like when he did that, there was like no, like, oh my God, what's with all the hair? It's just like, yep, that's a normal guy, I guess.
Yeah,
I,
like it put
there,
Robin Williams to shame.
there might be something to this whole soy boy thing that because guys don't look like that no more.
Fucking soy dropping hair off of people and shit.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, they kind of go in a little bit of a story about the Dauber and whatnot, and basically they get revenge on him. And I don't know if they formed it there or not, but they form a pack called the Rat Pack. And well, they go out to the woods camping as one of their trips to, and it was like really abruptly too, because they're having this peaceful moment about how this one girl, I think it was Abby, she's like trying to not really find herself, but she's like trying to find strength within and all this, and it's like this really somber, peaceful moment. And all of a sudden,
Yeah, she's doing the whole Jedi training thing,
yeah,
basically finding the strength within, and you know,
You would defeat the Dauber. There is no try.
but but then the Sith Lords show up.
by the name of fucking Sith Ike and Natalie,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
Sith Lords.
Was that their names? I totally forgot their names.
yeah, Ike and Natalie. And
Oh.
I don't know why. Like I watched this as a kid, and that's one of the reasons I don't know why. Like those
Explains
names,
a lot.
those names are they just go together. Like Ike and Adley, just Raggedy Ann and
Those are
Andy.
those are two names. Like Ike, yeah, I've heard that in like movies, but Adley, that's I've never heard that name ever. I don't think.
I have never heard it prior. Well, like outside of this movie, but
Yeah,
it goes together for some reason. Like oh, Ike and Adley.
Yeah.
yeah. I
Uh,
know they're some raping fools though, man. I
yes, they
mean,
are.
they just they just pull down their pants and just let's get to the raping already. It's like whoa,
To them,
and
It's 2 o'clock. We got raping to do.
in front of their mother too. I mean, like how do you become that deranged where it's just like, oh, we got to rape her right here in front of mommy. No other way around it.
oh, the mom wanted them to.
Uh, I guess that says more about her than it does them.
The mom is really fucked up. Like as bad as Ike and Natalie is, she's really fucked up too. Like she encourages the training day that she has, the big training montage of like encouraging them to fight and kill and all this shit. She
Yeah.
is.
Now, yeah. Now it's said at the beginning, or is actually, oh crap, I'm blanking on his name right now. The dude, the main dude from Troma.
Oh, Lloyd Kaufman.
Yeah, I don't know why I blanked on his name. He was saying that his mom was in this movie, didn't he?
Yeah.
Was that his mom that played the mom?
No, the mom was Beatrice Pons as or yeah, as the mom. Scrolling through IMDb, I'm not really seeing. There's like Stanley Kaufman, who was a older man at the pool. His sister was in it too. Uh,
Well, I mean, it's I don't know if it's possible that it's still the same person because I mean she could have remarried or something and has a different last name.
like they're having that somber moment, and Ike and Adley just put a halt to that shit right off the bat.
Thanks, Trina. Thanks, Jackie.
You're welcome. What for?
I've never thanked you
For what?
for being my friends, for getting me to do things I wouldn't do by myself, for making me feel like somebody.
You're welcome.
But you are somebody, Abby. We only let you see that.
They drag him off to their house, tie him up, and then they play out a rape scene of Jackie as like this girl on a bench.
Now, to be fair, man, that little scene they were reacting didn't start out as a rape, okay?
Yeah, it didn't start out as a rape, but it sure as
Yeah.
fuck finished as one.
I think she wasn't cooperating with the. It was probably just some innocent. Yeah, I'm gonna give him some credit there, and she just wasn't having no part of it. So he just like fuck it. Let's just fast forward to the end, and that's it. Could have happened that way. We'll never know.
It's a life lesson. Just fast forward to the rape.
Just carry around a big fast forward button. Like, when's the good part happen?
Yeah.
Well, they end up killing Jackie after Abby and Trina like escape from the room that they're locked in, which is weird too because Abby is lowering down Trina in a sleeping bag, and after she gets out, comes back upstairs, unlocks the door. They're like the deepest fucking Indian rope burns on somebody's hand I have ever seen.
That was more than just a burn, dude. That was straight through. I imagine that got the bone.
Probably it
Oof.
was.
That was brutal. That was the worst part of the movie for me watching that.
Yeah, I'd forgotten about it until just now. But yeah, it's some deep ass wounds, like hands and wrists, and ugh.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna cut in for a second here. Now while the two girls are escaped, these three inbred bastards.
They're not inbred.
Are
They are cityfied. They say that specifically.
Ever say backwards again? We certified. You look around.
I don't care what they are. They are totally oblivious
Yeah.
to everything that's going on around them. I mean, there could have been a tornado go through there. They'd just been like, "Did you guys hear something?" I mean, those two girls are just sneaking around and just in the same room with them, and they're just totally oblivious to everything, and they're even looking for her after so long, and they're just dumb, man.
Not even that. Like, they bust out the window. Well, it's not even a window. It's, like, boarded up. They knock out the boards, and they're literally right around the corner. And you can hear the boards and shit.
Too busy with their fight. And you're like, oh, what was that?
Yeah, it
Just
is.
keep on fighting.
They are oblivious as fuck.
That's like when she was first getting lowered down to the ground with the rope. She was right over top of one of them
Yeah.
for quite a while, because that's how she got the rope burned really bad from holding her there so long. And she couldn't have been more than 2 feet above him. I mean, yeah, he would have had to just felt the presence above him or something. Like you would just think like one of your senses would just kick in and just be like, huh?
That's like
But
that video game spatial awareness. If you're not directly in the cone of vision, you might as well not even be there.
yeah, that's true.
Fucking
Got
Metal Gear Solid.
Metal Gear Solid, yeah.
Turns around, sees the girl escaping. Exclamation mark above his head. Huh?
What was that noise?
But then, like, she ends up getting down. They both escape. They almost get caught until the mom is outside screaming and hollering. They go out to rush to her aid, and she says Queenie. And this is like this weird backstory of the mom's sister, who
Oh yeah.
was like born with a full set of white hair and just mean as all can be. And they don't. That's one thing I really wish that they would have done, is give a lot more story to Queenie, because I think it was like especially at the end, you find out at the end some stuff, and they just could have done a lot more with the Queenie character.
They were saving that for the sequel that never happened, man.
Father's Day. Ooh, I like that one better. Well, they end up escaping, taking their friend out with them, and she ends up dying in the woods. And
Typical.
yeah, fucking people dying in the woods.
Can't even escape from demented inbred killers.
What a failure these people
How
are.
did that one girl die anyway?
I think she just realized the movie she was in and gave up on life.
This movie's not going to boost my career at all. I should just die now.
Did nudity for nothing. I
Yeah.
can't even remember. She was one of the ones that got naked.
Yeah, the only one that didn't really get naked was Abby, Nancy Hendrickson. And she went into the water, but there was like no actual topless scene. But the other two did.
Ah, yes.
Way to be a team member, Abby.
Yeah.
Rat
I
pack my
remember.
ass.
I remember being disappointed in the lack of bush.
Yeah, I know. It was like the early 80s. There should have been bush galore.
Yeah, just fucking like the dude was hairy. Why can't
I
they
was
be?
gonna say there was a whole forest when that dude took his shirt off. So I mean, there's your hair quota for
Yeah,
the
true.
for
I guess,
the.
I guess I should be happy with what I got.
You should be. I mean, body hair is body hair.
That's true.
I'm going to pull an orgasmo moment here. I don't want to sound like a queer or nothing, but Adley had a really nice ass.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You see his butt cheeks.
that is true.
That's true. I was pretty well sculpted.
Hmm
I blame it all on or chalk it all up to their training regiment.
Definitely not a college dude though. That dude was in his 30s.
Yeah.
I mean,
He
I
sounded
know
like
movies are infamous for that, but
it sounded like just like Pee Wee Herman too.
now that I didn't notice.
You sadistic motherfucker.
Yeah, they'd be getting ready to do something like, hey, they're going away. Whoa.
Jumps on his bicycle. I forgot about their little training regimen. Their fucking like inbred 20 punch man routine.
Oh yeah. I laughed, but I don't remember either.
Yeah, I was like,
and even though you mentioned it, I'm having no memory of it whatsoever.
oh, that was the highlight of the movie for me. Like they're
Like I'm having quick flashes, but I'm not remembering what they were doing.
all kinds
Remember
of
something about push-ups maybe going
Yeah.
on. I don't know.
yeah. One was doing
Oh,
like
and weren't they
one-handed
drinking
push-ups.
beer the whole time during it too?
No, that was when they got up in the morning.
That's right. And they were brushing their teeth with it and everything.
Yeah.
They don't brush their teeth.
Nah, especially Ike.
Yeah, that one dude, he's just got redneck written all over him, man. They both do, really.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And it was weird too because this movie has a lot of like undertones of almost like a Munchausen syndrome, but like where the mother pretty much wants to keep their kids around them or guilt trip the shit out of them.
Oh, yeah, definitely
'Cause,
I'm sure there's a term for it. It's not Munchausen syndrome.
that's like where you keep them sick.
That's where you keep yourself sick.
Yeah.
The one where you keep somebody else sick is Munchausen by proxy.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, like Abby's
little
mom.
little lesson for you guys watching at home on medical disorders, mental illnesses.
This show can be educational.
About yeah, during the rape video.
I learned everything I know about rape thanks to the Three Dudes reviews.
I think that right there would be a perfect time for the fucking Reading Rainbow. Da-da-da. Yeah, like Abby's mom just fucking berates her for not being right next to her, calls her a whore and all this. Like, I'm a sick woman. And later on, you kind of see that with Ike and Adley's mom too. Like, oh, you guys weren't around me, and basically kind of like shuns. I think it's Adley, and makes him feel like shit. Or it might have been Ike, shuns him and makes him feel like shit for not getting the girls and whatnot.
Yeah, I think she did that to both of them, though. I mean, she kind of, when one of them was gone, I almost like talking bad about him, trying to get the other one on her side, and then vice versa. She just played off of him.
Yeah.
That's typical manipulation, though. I mean, no, is to be expected from from a mother who wants her little boys to rape. So,
Yeah.
I'd say that's probably one of the least weird things she does.
Yeah. Yeah, like after Jackie dies, they make a plan to come back and kill Ike and Adley and the mom, and they pretty much follow through with it. But what's weird is too, like Adley dies in like the weakest. Well, I can't say the weakest, but one of the weirdest ways. He gets like a shit ton of sock stuffed in his mouth, and he catches a hatchet to the balls, and he dies.
Yeah, but the other one was like indestructible.
Yeah,
He kept coming back.
he had that
I
Riri
can't
strength.
remember what. Yeah, I can't remember what actually killed him at the end. Was that a TV?
Well, the
I
TV
think it
didn't.
was-
Or no, he came back from the TV, didn't he?
Yeah,
Didn't he get cut up with like some kind of like electric like kitchen knife?
yeah, it was an electric cutting knife, which is weird because those things are meant to be slicing. She was stabbing with it.
Well,
Yeah, that's true.
She's a woman. She should know better.
I was about to say,
I'd like to apologize for the comments just made.
I mean, beggars can't be choosers in the inbred apocalypse.
True.
Yeah, you got a point there.
It's weird too because she knew exactly where the knife was, so she's no stranger to a kitchen.
Oh yeah.
God damn, Bowen. Trying to get us all kinds of hate. Well, then again, I've made a lot of rape jokes here. I ain't got room to talk, so.
Yeah.
I'll probably cut those out. So, not the rape jokes. I mean, like my misogynistic jokes.
Yeah. Make yourself look gold.
Oh, how dare you uphold a rape? Meanwhile,
I think the weakest death of the movie was probably the mom's death.
yeah, hers was.
Getting suffocated by inflatable titties.
Yeah, that was what it was. God
Yeah.
damn. What way to go.
It's like, here, let me breastfeed you with these fake titties. They don't even close to looking real. All right, these aren't the fancy ones we got now for the sex toys and everything. Like the realistic jiggly ones. No, this was just like a beach ball that's the shape of titties.
Basically.
It just right in the face and the whole time, I remember the whole time, she's doing that to the mom. She's thinking about her own mom.
Yeah.
And pretty much fantasizing about doing it to her own mom. And
Yeah, she like breaks down afterwards.
yeah. I'm surprised the one girl said, why are you crying? She's crazy,
Yeah.
She tried to kill us. No, I'm just imagining it's my own mom. You got problems, girl.
That's the sequel. She goes kills her own mom.
Mother's Day 2.
Anyway, they bury their friends or the friend, and then all of a sudden, is it Goldie? Was that her name?
Oh, Queenie.
Queenie. I don't know where I got Goldie from.
Goldie Hawn attacks.
Yeah, maybe. Queenie jumps out. The end.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, she She jumped out with some supernatural force, though. That's something. I mean, she was like 10 feet up in the air, if I remember right.
Wasn't she like made up, all weird looking too, like
She was decrepit and kind of
deformed?
Yeah, she had kind of like almost like a weird wolfish face, but not quite. Long hair, and it was weird too because like they zoom in on her, but it wasn't like really clear. It was like that if you zoom up on a blurry photo kind of zoom. It almost looked like she had hair on her arms and shit, but
Maybe Lloyd Kaufman's mom played Queenie.
no makeup required. Take that, Lloyd Kaufman.
Mother, I need you to be a naked monster for my movie. Well, all right. I don't have to suffocate on titties, do I? No, that's the other bitch.
You just got to jump 10 feet in the air.
Yeah.
Suffocation by titties. Apparently, this movie was banned in the UK when it got released. There's a little bit of factoids for all you people at home. This movie was originally banned, if I'm reading this right.
Yeah, the UK and Australia is weird.
Which I'm probably not because, I'm illiterate. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. I just pretend. I look at the pictures.
Oddly enough, too, like, speaking of Lloyd Kaufman, not so much his mom, but Lloyd Kaufman was also in Orgasmo, which Matt and Trey Parker, one of their first movies, Cannibal the Musical, also a Troma release.
Yeah. Well,
What was Lloyd Kaufman in Orgasmo? I don't remember that.
Yep.
I don't either. Oh, yeah, he played the doctor, didn't he?
Yep.
Yeah. Doing the surgery on that
Dude's balls.
neutered man.
Yeah. You'll never have an orgasm again.
Poor bastard.
Terrible. Yep, that's the... Oh, go ahead.
Apparently, there's a remake for this. That one from 2012, that's an actual remake.
Huh. So I know I was reading the 2010 one was like a loose remake.
Well, the 2012 one, that one's actual remake. I don't know much, I didn't even watch the trailer for that one, but yeah.
Since this part of the movie never came up, the only thing I have to really contribute is at the beginning. There's this like some kind of meeting with it's I don't know.
It's a self-help.
Self-help, like AA kind of ish meeting.
It's like Daniel Bryan doing the Yes movement.
Yeah, Yes movement, the meeting.
Yeah, basically.
And when the guy's talking, his podium, he's got a sign that says no smoking, no spitting, and no watches. And then at the end of the meeting, motherfucker looks at his watch to like see, check the time or to see that it's time to go or whatever the circumstance was.
Yeah, fucking hypocrite.
Yeah, that's all I got. No watches, so he's wearing one.
Now, my favorite scene of the movie, which was weird, is the skinny dipping scene. But it was actually the part leading up to the skinny dipping scene. And it showed the one girl, the one who chose the location for the camping trip and all that, the one who died.
Jackie?
Yeah, she was sitting there in the forest, looking over some papers, doing business out in the woods, as you do.
Yeah, and I do all my business.
Yeah, her friend snuck up on her and knocked the papers out of her hands and scared her. And she turned around screaming, laughing, and took her shirt off just for no reason. It's like, oh, knock those papers out of my hands, huh? I'll show you. I'm going to take my shirt off. And then they chase each other into the water and skinny dip. Totally weird scene.
That was.
You can't say we've never done that.
Yeah.
In the woods.
I am going to start doing that every time somebody scares me, though. Just drop my pants. Is this what you wanted?
Oh my God, you scared me.
You brought this on yourself.
What, I mean, hang dog? That's what happens when I get scared.
I'm going to start calling my dick the dauber. It just sounds nasty. Like a leaky dick.
Sounds like it's got a disease.
It does, too. Like I just go around daubing people's bingo cards with it.
She gave me a case of the dauber.
Aww.
All right, Bowen, do you got any favorite scenes from this movie?
Just the montage. I don't know why I like it. I think it's just because it's usually a montage is used for somebody getting better at a good thing. And in their mind it was good, but murdering people is bad.
I know they did the rape training. Just getting better at the raping.
That was something that they should add. Like if there's another remake later on down the line, where they're doing the training montage, but they have like a weight machine outside, and the dude wraps the cord around his waist and starts doing pelvic thrusts with it.
How heavy can you rape?
Or just goes up to one of those real dolls, those expensive ones with the full body, and everything. He just runs up to him and just pushes her down and just climbs on top of her and just goes to town. Yeah, some good old raping training.
I wonder what the music would be for that montage.
I don't know.
I've got nothing on that one right now. That's something you'd have had to give me like 5 or 10 minutes to come up with something good on that one. Because right now my mind's going blank on songs.
Vacation, all I ever wanted.
Now for some reason I got the theme to National Lampoon's Vacation in my head. It's not the Vacation by the is that the Bangles that sang that?
I don't
I'm
know.
not sure. Sounds right.
Can't remember. All right, so I guess it's on to rating this movie. See, on these videos, we give it's a letter grade now. Is that what we do?
Yeah, from like your normal A through F, but you can also do like plus or minus, so it's kind of like a varying degree.
Yeah, it's basically like grading a grade school paper, I guess. So, because that's what we do. So, Adam, why don't you go first in grading this movie?
I'm hovering between like C minus and D plus, honestly. Like, from what I remember, like it had some kind of entertaining bits, but compared to a lot of the other like old horror movies, it didn't really do it for me.
Yeah, I guess I'll go next. Yeah, I kind of feel the same way. I'm gonna give it just a C, a flat C, and it's forgettable. I'd say because I'm having trouble remembering it, and so are you. But as far as like Troma movies go, this is a perfect starter movie for someone who hasn't seen any Troma movies before.
That is true.
It's not. It's not into the silliness level that the future Troma movies would be, like the Toxic Avenger and all that, and Class of Nukem High. It's more of a serious movie, So it kind of gives you a taste of Troma before, it kind of lubes it up a little bit before it just totally straight up sticks it in your ass, and goes to town dry on you like some of those Troma movies do. Bowen, your turn.
I pretty much agree with both of you guys. It's not great and it's not complete dog shit. I'd say a solid C minus.
Wow, I gave it the highest score. Oh my god. That's amazing.
Like as far as B movies go, it's got its charm to it, I guess, in terms of that. Because I mean, some of the props and stuff were like the dude's mannequin head that got cut off, kind of cheesy looking.
But at least they were practical effects. I mean, nowadays during everything's CGI, you miss those practical effects, even the bad ones. It's like, would you rather have really bad practical effects or really bad CGI? Yeah, I'm gonna go for really bad practical effects every time.
Oh yeah,
me too.
So, nothing wrong with that. And I can imagine this thing had a low budget on it anyway. Yeah, 115,000.
Yeah,
I'm surprised it was that high.
Yeah.
Well, you got to figure the room cost $6 million to make.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Wow. There's a lot of CG in that too, like the backgrounds and shit.
Yeah, that is true. Well, this was a quick video, man. We should do them like this more often. We weren't.
Yeah, we didn't push an hour like we usually do.
Yeah, we weren't trailing off or anything. It really helps that I took this one halfway serious, though, too. So,
quick, let's talk about random stuff so I can have more to listen to later.
Ike and Adley.
Ike and Adley. Raping fools.
They was.
But yeah, it was. I've been a couple months at least since I watched it, and a couple of the bits stuck out in my mind, but overall it was. I haven't seen a lot of Troma movies, so like I don't have a lot to compare it to. But
I mean, I've seen a few. I guarantee I haven't seen as many as Bowen though. But I've seen like quite a few of the Toxies and the Class of Nukem High, and there's a few others that I can't remember what they were though. Nah.
What would be a good recommendation for like a B movie that is somewhat comparable, or not even a B movie, just another movie comparable to this?
Oh, that's simple. I Spit on Your Grave.
I have yet to watch that.
I got the remake. It's not bad. The original though, it's hard to find for DVD and Blu-ray, and you're gonna spend some money. I can only imagine how much it'd be for VHS.
Oh yeah.
It'd be the big box version, I'm sure.
So I was kind of thinking like, oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Those big boxes go for some money sometime.
Damn. Yeah, I was thinking Last House on the Left, just because it kind of has that revenge plot to it.
Yeah, well, I Spit on Your Grave and Last House on the Left are almost the same movie. You might as well say, because I mean they're both rape revenge. Just one of them, I think, involves the family, the whole family of the girl, and the I Spit on Your Grave just involves the girl herself. So,
well, maybe more akin to Deliverance then.
Oh, you can use that as an example. I'm just saying that there's Last House on the Left and I Spit on Your Grave are so similar,
Yeah.
Might as well be the same movie.
I have to watch that one of these days.
Yeah.
Movies that are coming out that everybody wants to see?
Shazam.
offhand. Yeah.
Brightburn.
I finally watched like a full-length trailer, and not quite a breakdown, but like a general synopsis of it. Well, I take that back. I did watch a review. I actually kind of want to see Shazam. Shazam now.
Yeah. Clay and Miranda went to go see it, and they liked it. I was too sick. Yeah, that's why I've been coughing throughout this video. I'm getting over like some nasty bronchitis or something. Most of the way gone, just, I still got that dry throat going on. So I was too sick to go see it that day.
Got that dry throat.
Uh-huh. Let's see, there's Brightburn, there's Child's Play, there's like a movie every month, at least one over the summer that I actually want to go see.
I'd like to see the Aladdin remake.
You're the one who wants to go see that one? I heard somebody did.
Yeah.
I haven't seen a preview. I just know people are talking so much shit about it. But then again, that's to be expected.
Yeah.
No, but nothing can come out without people talking shit about it.
Oh, everybody shit on how Will Smith looked in the little preview thing.
Yeah.
But then when the actual trailer came out, they were like, "Oh, okay, it's not so bad."
Oh.
And
They always do
like
that.
I like the original Aladdin, so like even if it was the exact same movie, just live action instead of animated, I'd still want to see it.
Yeah. I mean, I liked Aladdin. Okay, it was one of my more favorite Disney movies growing up, but I don't think I want to see a remake necessarily. I haven't seen any of the live action remakes of the Disney movies since they started them.
I'm waiting for that fully live action Song of the South.
Considering we don't even have a Blu-ray release of the original, I think you're going to be waiting a while, dude.
Yeah, probably.
I'm eager as well now.
Let's see. Let me look it up. Now it's going to bug me on what movies are coming out over the summer.
I actually want to see the Lion King one.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I was going to watch one, I'm going to wait for that one.
Like, people were bitching, like, they're still complaining, like Scar. They're like, oh no, they made Scar look, I guess, like Scar, because he's, like, skinnier, mangy. He's like a lion that's been kind of pushed away. He's got the scars and shit on him. I guess just because he doesn't have a big black mane on him.
Yeah. Are new Men in Black coming out?
Oh yeah,
Really?
Chris Hemsworth.
Of course, there's Child's Play, which I already mentioned. That's my one for. Oh, there's Spider-Man: Far From Home. Definitely gonna have to see that. I don't know why I always have to go see the Spider-Man movies. Those are the only like Marvel movies I'm like, gotta go see him. Gotta go see him. I don't know why I do that. Joker's already coming out
Oh
in
yeah,
October.
that
I
looks
didn't
kind
know
of
it was
neat.
that close. That seems awful fast. Zombieland 2 is coming out in October. Huh.
Oh yeah. Then there's
Yeah.
also a Bill Murray movie. I can't remember what it's called, but another zombie movie with Bill Murray in it coming out soon.
I don't know.
I think I remember seeing a trailer for that. I can't remember what it's called, but it's got like it's one of them like big ensemble casts. Like here's a bunch of people that are famous that you know
Yeah,
in this movie kind of movies.
got Kylo Ren in it.
Yeah. Mother's Day 2, that's what it is.
Starring Bill Murray as. Oh, that was something I wanted to say too. With all the remakes going around and whatnot, if they're ever going to remake this movie, because I mean, obviously it's got the strong female empowerment type of thing going with it. If they're going to remake it, they need to cast one of the leading kind of, I don't want to say feminist because I don't know if she is or not, but the strong female lead in Michelle Rodriguez. And not only
But
does
she's always so. People don't like her anymore because she's always, uh, plays the same person in every movie.
that's the beauty of it. She's going to play every character in this movie except for the mom. The mom is going to be a CGI Jim Varney playing the Aunt Nedley.
I would see that.
Go on a rape that woman, Vern.
I'm tired of you kids always leaving me around with Queenie outside.
I would definitely watch that.
Yeah, me too.
I think she'd make a good Adley.
Yeah. Got the butt for it.
And the mustache.
Well, I guess we should let the new dude pick the next movie we're gonna watch.
Okay. But Evil Dead, first one.
Ooh,
First
nice.
Evil Dead.
I have that on Blu-ray. You guys
What?
can borrow it if you want.
You can't do that. Bowen already reviewed that.
I did a super quick review.
Yeah, that was.
But you invented a whole new character and everything. I haven't seen a character like that since the last Cinema Snob episode I watched.
I was trying to go for like a, I don't know, kind of like a big mix of everything, and I just kind of blanked out and did one. I need to plan it out more.
You were such a copy of the Cinema Snob, you probably weren't even wearing shoes, were you?
No, I had on shoes.
Did you were in your house? You never wear shoes in your house.
I was in the kitchen.
He was so dedicated to not being like Cinema Snob, he put shoes on.
Yeah,
Just for that.
he's like, I'll show these motherfuckers.
Next time I'll pan down and be like, see, I'm not barefoot like the Cinema Snob. Yeah, I have shoes. Oh, yeah.
Hey.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say, I guess that must have been what put Evil Dead in my head was seeing that video. But I mean, it'd be good for this type of like.
I've never
schlocky horror
seen.
movie.
I'm gonna let the cat out of the bag right now. I've never seen the original Evil Dead.
Son of a bitch.
I know, that's crazy.
It's honestly not great, but it's a lot better than Mother's Day.
Yeah.
Man, you set the bar so high with that one, though. I don't know.
It's got a lot more heart to it.
Yeah.
I did see bits and pieces of Army of Darkness, but I wasn't really paying attention. So
See, that one is mostly comedy. Like the first Evil Dead plays it all straight horror,
Yeah.
and then the second one kind of mixes like some horror, but then it's starting to get a little funny. And then Army of Darkness is just all funny.
the evolution
Yeah.
of Evil Dead. I'm gonna end up watching the remake because I'm an idiot. But I've watched it. I watched the Evil Dead.
That's a good
Let's
one,
talk
too.
About it.
Just think about all those amazing effects, and then you'll describe something that wouldn't have been possible back then. Wait a minute.
It was just raining blood all over the place.
Yeah.
You could totally tell it was CGI, but it was good CGI.
There was a Starbucks in it. What?
Oh. Then she pulled out her iPhone.
They got it on the internet.
But she didn't have service. Because of course she didn't.
Because horror.
It's a fucking horror film.
Which, if I remember right, in the remake, I don't think they had their phones. Because they wanted to break off communication.
I don't know. I've never even seen the remake, so.
I haven't seen the remake either.
I gotta say, everybody always talks such high praise about Evil Dead movies and all that, and I've never watched it. I don't know why. I have it. I think I have the first. I don't have the second one. I don't think.
I have 1 and 2.
Yeah, I'm gonna say if I don't have it, then I'll just borrow it from you.
Right on.
I thought I owned them at one point, but maybe I'm wrong. I might have just borrowed them.
I stole them from you.
Fuck! That's it.
Nah, I bought mine at a pawn shop.
Time for a rape montage.
Gonna need a montage.
Vacation, all I ever wanted. Just me, like, thrusting into my pillows, like, staring intently at a picture of you.
I would watch that montage with no pants on.
That's still the way to do it.
Every montage should be set to vacation.
Yeah.
Speaking of Brad Jones, you got to personally meet Brad Jones a couple weekends ago.
Yep, I sure did. That was a lot of fun. Part I always leave out of the story when I'm telling is I almost wanted to leave before the screening even started because, oh man, well, it was a long day. It was a little bit of a frustrating day, because the way prices and everything were there, and and then you go there and you look for one individual person and you can't find that person, and you're frustrated. Then you leave, go eat some carbs, and then you come back all drained of energy. That's kind of the day I was having. I was just like, man, I just want to go home and go to bed. Yeah. But Bowen was like, no, we're staying. And I was like, okay, we're staying. And I'm thankful he said that, because I did get to meet him, and he's a really nice guy, Brad Jones. I'm sure there's probably nicer, people on YouTube, but none that I've ever met. And, that dude went and chased down markers from God knows where just to sign my DVDs. Shit, he didn't have to do that.
He was gone for quite a while. I'm almost wondering if he had to take a dump.
I think he really had to go that far to get the markers.
Oh, probably.
Comes back with a turd in his hand and signs your autograph with that.
That would be awesome. You'd have his fucking DNA on there. You'd be trying to clone him and shit.
Yeah.
Gonna make an army of cinema snobs.
Yeah, it just throws it on my DVD and just like, next time come at the regular hours, fool. Man, what an asshole. But I got his DNA.
Yep, so the Brad Jones watch has been officially checked off now.
That's right. But now I don't have any other YouTubers I want to meet, so that's it.
I've already met the best one.
I know you got your bucket list, as you were calling it, but who's all on your bucket list anyway?
It's not so much like I don't know. Actually, most of it was made up.
Oh, okay.
So it was like shit. I can't even remember half the stupid shit I made on there. Like eat some random thing, and I think one of them was like shin kick somebody, and I can't remember.
Fool, you've shin kicked me before. You've drop kicked me in the knee.
Yeah, but this is
I think you crossed that off your list.
Yeah, this is like, well, I mean, not specifically Lou Ferrigno, but this is like somebody that, like, yeah.
You probably could shin kick Lou Ferrigno and get away with it. Everybody says he's a real nice guy too.
He seems like he was.
He'd probably just be like, "Why'd you do that?"
Oh, well, what have you done? I can't believe it. Start crying.
I said he's nice, not a pussy.
Instead of turning big and green. He just get all skinny and blue.
Fucking Will Sasso, the mini Hulk or tiny Hulk. He gets angry, and all of a sudden he turns into like a green midget.
Yeah. Now we saw Lou Ferrigno there. We didn't meet him, but that dude still got it. I wouldn't fuck with him.
Yeah.
I mean, you can tell his muscles are deteriorating, with age and everything, but he's still got enough of them to.
It would hurt if he got punched.
Mm-hmm. And we saw Chris Kattan. That dude's smaller than you'd even think he was.
Yeah.
Like, just looking at him on TV, you're like, that's a little dude. But when you see him in person, it's like, that's a little dude.
He had a booster seat at his table.
And he's skinny, too.
Yeah.
Just like the skinniest face.
That's the
He almost didn't look real, honestly.
He was a real doll of Chris Kattan.
I was going to say he looked like... I've shown you guys porno videos on virtual reality, haven't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know how they look smaller, like their faces look smaller and their heads look smaller?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, kind of like that. That's how I describe them.
I almost wanted to go up and ask him about the whole Norm Macdonald thing, but I'm like, nah.
What Norm Macdonald thing?
I was like, I can't tell it exactly the way that Jim Brewer told it, but something about when Pamela Anderson was on SNL for her episode, Chris Kattan would always go up to like all the hot chicks and be like, "Oh my God, I'm Chris Kattan. I love you so. Oh man, you want to make out?" And he'd try to like hit on all the hot chicks. Well, he did it with Pam Anderson, and it was during their Twilight Zone sketch. And I didn't know this. They do 2 tapings on SNL. One is kind of like a backup tape where everything is pretty much done in the can, so in case something goes wrong, they got that one. And then they do their live version. Well, they wanted Norm Macdonald to do the voice of Rod Sterling, I think his name is.
Yeah, he was the original Twilight Zone narrator.
And he's like, "Okay, go ahead, Norm." And he's like, "Imagine if you would," like totally not in character. He's just like, "Imagine if you will," and goes through it. Chris Kattan's just giving him shit, like, "Oh my God, Norm, that's terrible. You don't even sound anything like the guy. I mean, you can turn around to Pam and, "Oh my God, Pam, you're so hot," and all this, and we just back and forth it. And it really irritated the shit out of Norm Macdonald, I guess. And they're counting down to going live on SNL. And Chris Kattan just would not shut up. He's like, "Oh my God, Pam, you're so hot. Norm, are you going to do the voice? You better do it right." And just badgering the shit out of him. So, like, they're like 10 seconds left. He turns around and he's like, Chris, everybody knows that you're gay, so I mean, why don't you just come out of the closet, you little homo?" And just berates him right in front of Pam Anderson. And then, like, "Okay, we're live." He turns around and just does, like, the perfect Rod Sterling, like, "Imagine if you will."
I heard Chris Kattan's a real douche. Like, apparently he used to be real mean to Tracy Morgan.
Oh,
when, like, he treated him like he would never amount to anything and all that. And look at him now. Who's bigger star?
The roles have reversed.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe sometime if Chris Kattan get hit by a Walmart driver, it'll improve his career.
God damn.
Nice.
That's fucked up. But,
that's my ninja.
Almost true, but Tracy Morgan's career has went downhill since getting hit by that truck. I mean, he was bigger a few years ago, like with the whole 30 Rock and everything.
Yeah.
So, sorry for poo-pooing on your joke, man. That was wrong of me.
I still liked it. Just Chris Kattan getting hit by a Walmart truck.
Yeah. Truck full of AIDS, just pow.
Oh.
Right into him.
Yeah, did you say eggs or AIDS?
AIDS.
They sell that now?
Yeah.
Wow.
Sold predominantly in third world countries.
That's why it's so prevalent there.
One eternity later.
And then I just recently, a couple weeks ago, I started watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I got all caught up on that. That's a good show.
I've been wanting to see that. I think I've watched like one episode of that, and it seemed really good. But
it's funny. It's really good. I really liked it.
Shit, yeah.
And I mean, there's one of the characters that's kind of annoying, but like, You just kind of learn to ignore her.
Is that I can't remember her real name, but she's got like the super big nose.
Yeah.
Okay.
Chelsea Peretti.
That's it. Yep.
Yeah. She plays.
What the hell are you guys talking about?
Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
You stop eavesdropping.
I was talking about it. He asked me about that Love, Death, and Robots show. I forgot. I was going to mention it to you, too. I forgot I'd watched it.
You watched it all, did you?
Yeah.
I knew it wouldn't take you long. Last I heard, you said you were 4 episodes in.
Yeah.
Like, he'll be done in a day.
Yeah. I think it was the next night I'd finish the rest of them.
Yeah, because you can binge watch it so easy. Because I mean, shit, that one's only like 4 minutes long.
Yeah.
The yogurt one.
Yeah.
And some of them are 10 minutes. Some of them 15. I think the longest one was that. The Japanese one or the Chinese one with the
wolf person,
the beast, and the robots and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was clocked in at like 25 or something like that, if I remember right.
Before we forget, we should probably say like a goodbye for the video for doing that to edit to later. Otherwise, we just kind of trail off into nothing.
Oh yeah, bye.
I mean,
I'm thinking about naming it I kept trying to find up different names to call this. I'm like, well, it's kind of like reviews and stuff, but at the same time, it's like a long podcast because we don't stick to strictly just that. Mm-hmm. So I'm thinking CineFilm, the CineFilm podcast.
Is there a CineFilm already?
That's what I kept looking, and I did not find a CineFilm.
Okay. Works for me.
Yeah.
Cool.
Anyway, that'll do it for this episode of the CineFilm. Are we going with that?
I think so.
Okay. The CineFilm podcast. Next time, apparently, we're going to review The Evil Dead. The original one. I hope I don't mess up and watch the remake by mistake.
Yeah.
But it's possible. Anyway, you guys have a great day and all that good stuff. Bye.
Adios.